Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped, something sick.
I wasn't expecting that
either. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
And then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it.
And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
Funny, I haven't seen that before.
It feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things. Of a world where they can exist. This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening. It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session.
I feel light. When you hit that first joint, in the morning, and
I actually feel a lot more awake.
Okay. I could remind you where we left off last time, and then if you want to pick up there or go anywhere else, you can decide. Does that sound good?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. From what I remember, there was a 25-year-old kind of protector, and it had uncovered what seemed like an exile that had feelings of worthlessness because it felt alone. Or that loneliness equaled worthlessness, something like that.
Yeah.
So, if you want to go there, we can go there. If you'd rather talk about something else or any other parts that are up for you, I'm happy to go there.
Okay. Well, it may be the same part, but I've been feeling there's a part that feels hopeless. Yeah, it may be the same one as the worthless feeling one. Yeah, it just feels hopeless, and there's no point to living there's no purpose. We're just existing, and it just doesn't really want to be here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how does that come up? How do you notice it in or around your body?
There's a heaviness in my chest, and I'd say my neck and head.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel towards it now?
If I'm honest, I'd say frustrated.
Okay. Let's hear from that frustrated part a little. What's that like? What's the frustration about, and how is it showing up?
It's frustrating because it makes life hard. And yeah, it just wants it to go away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, what's your problem? Your life's not that hard. I guess focusing more on the material thing, like, you have a place to live, you have food. There are people who have it a lot worse.
Yeah. Okay. That'll make sense to me.
Yeah.
How does this part feel like it trusts you to go and do this work with this other part that feels hopeless? Is it willing to step back and let you do that?
Okay. Yeah, it's okay with that.
Great. And now how are you feeling towards the hopeless part?
I'm curious.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so go ahead and let it know. And ask what it wants you to know.
It's showing me one of my childhood homes where a lot of the abuse took place, and it's saying, I'm helpless. It's never going to get any better. I'm stuck in this situation where it just feels like any attempts to get out into the world is going to be met with hostility.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you could just let it know that you see that. See what it's struggling with. Do you notice? I was just going to ask about the age of the part.
It says 3.
Mm-hmm.
And recently I was in a store and there was a kid who was probably about 3, and the dad was being abusive. And I could I could just tell like this kid is in this abusive situation that he's, the mom was there, and she was like trying to protect him, but I could tell that the kid still, was going to suffer a long time of abuse before he got out. And that, I don't know, maybe that even triggered the hopeless feeling of like, maybe I'm out of this situation, but there's still so many kids that are in it. And it's,
Yeah.
what can I do about that,
Right. And how are you being with this part? How close is it in terms of feet away?
I'm sitting next to it.
Mm-hmm. Does it notice you there? Is it aware of your presence, and does it know like who you are in reality or in the current day?
No.
Okay. Or just follow your intuition on if it feels right to kind of introduce yourself or position yourself in a way that makes that more obvious, more clear.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
It seems like the part is like doesn't trust me, is upset because I didn't say anything about the kid, and I wanted to, and I kept trying to think like, what could I say that could actually, mean something and not make the situation worse. And I couldn't come up with anything.
Yeah. Know how you feel. This can be kind of an impossible situation.
Yeah. I mean, and I've been in that situation before, and I like yelled at the mom that was the mom and this other time, and she hit her kid because her kid had been missing, and she couldn't find her, and then she found her and she hit her, and I yelled at her for hitting her. And then she started threatening me, which I wasn't afraid of, but the kid, it wasn't like the kid just felt defensive of the mom,
Right.
And I felt like I went away feeling like, well, I didn't help that situation. And, I mean, maybe one day the kid will think back and think, oh, well, somebody tried to say something, but,
Right.
in the moment I didn't help the situation. So,
yeah. Okay. So you could maybe just ask this part to share with you more about how it's feeling, about its experience, maybe about that event. Or anything it wants to let you know to help you understand.
yeah, it's bringing up, my book, and like, I think that was giving me hope, like, oh, maybe I can help, kids in that situation. But, not a lot has happened with the book, and I really struggled to promote it. So maybe there's some like feeling kind of hopeless and defeated. Like, well, I tried, I did my best, and that didn't really help anyone,
Part mentioned feeling stuck.
Yeah.
Does it feel like it's stuck in a time?
Yeah.
Back then when you were 3?
Yeah.
Does this part have a name? Is there one you'd like to give it?
Jobee.
Okay. What else does it want to tell you about that time, about those feelings of hopelessness? Just want to make sure you really get it, that you really understand. It feels like you can trust that you see and understand what it's dealing with.
It's showing me the like defeatedness, how it felt like there was no point of even trying to fight or run or protest or anything. Like, it might as well, just kind of defeated, broken. Like, that's the only way to survive,
Yeah. How do you feel towards Jobee as you learn all of this, or relearn it if that's what's happening?
I feel sad.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little angry, like it's not fair.
Yeah. And is this sadness sad for the part?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you can show Jobee that sadness and that anger, that anger for the things that happened that were outside of her control. They were unfair.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like she's just kind of laying there like a dead body. But, just kind of frozen.
Mm.
But she hears what I'm saying and appreciates it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, what feels right for you next? What does she need?
Maybe take her out of the place.
Okay. She ready for that?
Yeah.
She trusting you now? Does she recognize you now for who you are?
Yeah, it seems like it.
Does she need you to do anything for her back there before she comes out of that time?
Okay. Yeah, she wants me to call the police and have my dad get arrested and taken away.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else? Anything else to set right, or just to, could even be like how you would be there for her back then?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time. I feel like she just wants to leave.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you can invite her to this present time, or anywhere that she'd like to go. What would feel right for her?
Yeah, she'd like to come to the present and be like in a safe house by the lake.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have her there now?
Yeah.
And I know that I've heard this name before, Jobee. Do you feel like you've done some of this process with this particular part before? Or does it feel like a different part? Or a different process, like something that we skipped or something we need to make sure we focus on this time?
It's hard to tell. I remember the scared parts. I guess I don't remember as much. Like a frozen, kind of numb.
Yeah, I think you
part.
mentioned that last time we talked, it felt different. There being like this hopelessness felt different.
Yeah.
And of course, parts can have parts. So can do, you know, they might need lots of unburdenings for lots of different burdens from their own parts that they have. So see what she needs, see if she's carrying, where she's carrying those burdens in her body.
Okay.
And how she'd like to give them up.
The burdens, I think, feels like they're in my neck and shoulders and chest. And seems like she wants to like shake them out.
Okay. Yeah, so help her do that. Set that up however she needs, and just tell her to do it until it's all out.
Okay. Okay.
And how's the feeling of hopelessness now?
Much better.
Mm-hmm. Is there more like around that you or she feels like addressing? I'm asking because I don't know, in a way it's kind of a philosophical thing, like, yeah, how can you help everyone, you know? And so I'm just kind of wondering, what your response is, or how you would like to kind of respond to her, or how she would like for you to respond to her if and when that comes up again. Was that confusing? I know I said a lot.
I think I get it. Like, if that situation comes, any situation where I feel like I'm helpless, how does she want me to respond, or what does she need in that moment?
Right.
Yeah, I feel like she'd like me to at least try to say something, but maybe find a loving way, not a judgmental way.
Yeah.
And in general, I think, I'm reminded that, it isn't up to me, it's up to the universe or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, none of us chose this,
Yeah.
be here. And we can't save everybody from everything, right? So
yeah,
definitely requires some, again, it's like a philosophical thing, just to meditate on and maybe grieve for and work with the best we can.
Yeah.
Does she have any qualities she'd like to invite into her body?
Yeah. Hope, compassion, surrender or letting go of needing to fix everything. Peace, love.
Is there a way she'd like to check in with you or to be checked in on going forward?
Well, I've had my hands on my belly this, whole time. So I think maybe that.
Okay. Check it out with her and just see if there's anything else she needs to keep that connection strong.
Yeah, she's good with that connection, and I think she wants me to try a little more with the book.
Oh, yeah. And do you want to maybe bring in that frustrated part from earlier, the part that's kind of judgmental, or, the one that says, what's your problem? Life's not that hard part?
Yeah. Yeah.
And just show it what you've been up to here. Show it that doesn't have to beat up on this part, or because she can go to you now.
Yeah.
And you could invite that protector to unburden anything that it would like, or consider how it might change, invite it to change its role in any way.
Okay. Yeah, it's seeing how the judgment, isn't helpful, and would rather be in nature, gardening.
Mm-hmm. I hear a lot of your parts bringing that up. How's that been going? Do you get out? Are you getting out much, or as much as you'd like?
Not as much as I'd like, no, but hopefully I'll keep doing more little by little.
Yeah. Yeah. I just started practice of walking every morning outside. And as far as like daily habits, I think it's maybe the best ever. Best I've discovered so far.
Yeah. Yeah, I have been able to take a walk on most days outside, but it's in my neighborhood, and I think it would be nice to get like even to the park or somewhere more naturey.
Yeah. My neighborhood's really boring. It's just a long dead end road, and so I like just be staring up in the sky. I like looking at trees just to take my eyes off the boring straight road that's always the same.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I tried sneaking off in everybody's woods, but I've been kicked out of pretty much all of them now. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's so much land out here, but everyone's like a hunter or something, or just a jerk, and they're like, "Get out of here!" It's like, all right, fine.
I'm surprised I care that much. Like, you're just walking.
Yeah. Oh well, I got an e-bike now, so I can get a little further.
Oh, that's good.
Anyway, some more to do. Are there more to hear from? Any other concerns coming up? Do you want to address, or anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Well, thanks for sharing all that.
Yeah, thank
And
you so much.
thanks to your parts. I hope you're able to keep that connection strong with her.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let me know how it goes.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Yvonne, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows? That might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, we must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube. And they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation. Or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.